What's up, comic fans? It's Detroit Madman, and I'm back, and it's Thursday night, and I was lucky enough to make it down to the comic shop today. Had some plans that fell through this evening, so I said, what the heck, I'm going to go dig through some boxes and look for some cool covers. Not going to look at any silver books. Not going to look at any high-end books. I'm just going to dig through some boxes, blow maybe an hour or two, see what I can find. So I get to a comic shop, and my comic shop is huge. I mean, there's literally 200 long boxes. There's tables for up to 100 Magic players. It literally has a full toy shop. It has a bookstore of graphic novels and hardcover, and it has a wall that is probably 75 feet long of new product. It's a massive comic shop. The guy is like San Diego Comic Con. He's a conglomerate up here, and the biggest place within hundreds of miles. So, and I'm lucky. I'm like 10 minutes away from this place. And I've been going in there regularly 3-4 times a week now. So I get in there, and they're getting ready for this big sale this weekend. As you can see, they're doing a huge 30,000 item sale. And they have just insane 50-cent stacks and stacks of long boxes that they're going to put out for 50 cents. And then, in preparation for this, I was like, I'm going to just go over there and I'm going to dig through some boxes, see if I can find any cool comics tonight. So, first up, I don't have any Alpha Flight books. I remember these from when I was a kid, and I had a friend who, this was his thing. He loved Alpha Flight. He loved New Mutant, stuff like that. But I was never into that. I was always the Spider-Man guy, the Invaders, Defenders, Fantastic Four. That was my thing. A little bit of Avengers, but not much when I was a kid. So I remember this cover, and I said tonight I'm gonna spend maybe $100. So I picked this one up. That's a pretty cool cover. I remember it. So I'm just going off of what I think looks cool. So I'm digging through, and then I picked this one up. I remember this one too. This one stood right out to me, that the hairy letters in Puck. That was always funny. So that was the second book I picked up. And then the third book I picked up was another Alpha Flight. And I love this cover. Look at that. Look at the action on that cover. So, the X-Men and the Alpha Flight cover. So, they're pretty cool. You got Storm back there. Colossus. This dude's just... I forget what his name is. Is that like Captain Canuck or something? But he's handling the whole X-Men. And then, I saw this. I thought that was a pretty cool cover. And I'm just digging through bins, So, I picked that one up. I don't know anything. I know zero about this series right here. But I thought that cover was pretty cool. And then next up, and I might already have this in my Spider-Man stuff. I know I have the original, I believe I have the original comic that isn't a reprint. But I just love this. It's just an iconic cover. Tarantula was absolutely one of my favorite villains when I was a kid. So I picked that one up. It was in good shape. And then I saw this. And I thought this was just a cool cover. Again, I wasn't looking for key issues. I wasn't looking for anything but just stuff that stood out to me. And you got Ghost Rider and a werewolf. And then you got, I think that's Man-Thing. And Morbius. exploding cars in the background. I vaguely remember the Legion of Monsters. Like, I didn't know they had a team, so I'm not 100% sure what they ever did. And then I was in the Marvel feature box, and I saw this cover, and it's got Conan on it, and the red Sonya, and I thought the artwork was pretty cool. Not a huge Conan guy. I made the mistake of, I had a full run of Conan from number 1 all the way to number 40. That it wasn't mine. It was given to me when I was maybe a teenager or whatever, and it was never with my other comics. It was always like in some other box, that I had. And then somebody knew I had it, and they offered me a couple $100 for the whole run. And stupid me, I gave it to him. Although it was a guy I knew well, and he appreciated it, so he was a huge fan. Then I got to the What If stuff, and so I picked this up. It's What If number 1. What if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four? And you can see they have 5s on their shirt. I thought that's great. I had this at one point, I'm sure. So definitely gonna open that up and check it out. And then I thought this one was cool. What if the Hulk had the brain of Bruce Banner? So just a Hulk. I love the Hulk. I was a big Hulk guy when I was a kid. So and then what if Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, fought on the side of Fu Manchu? And I only got this one because it was a couple bucks. And it's in really, really nice shape. The condition on this is just superb. So I was like, okay. Because some of the other ones were just beaters. Like the whole What If section, he probably had, probably at least 50% of all the issues that were out. And but they were all beaters. Then I picked this one up. It's what if someone else besides Spider-Man had been bitten by the radioactive spider. And being a Spidey guy, I said, I gotta get this one. And then, this cover is just amazing. I love this cover. It's what if the Avengers had never been. And it's issue number 3. And you can see, look at that Iron Man. That's my favorite Iron Man suit. With the mask like that. You got Namor, Wasp, and the Hulk's coming in from up there. The condition on this is just like probably like a 4 or 5 at best. But the price was right, and like I said, it's pretty cool. And then was digging through the West Coast Avengers, which not 100% familiar. I remember it, but I don't think I was ever a fan of the West Coast Avengers. And but I saw this, and it has double Ultron. And it says, Henry Pym torn between 2 Ultrons. So I thought that cover was sick. And condition on this one is near mint. The color on this thing pops so much, it's awesome. And then next up, so primarily after seeing Avengers Age of Ultron a couple of days ago, I'm like full Avengers mode. And I dug through my old long box of my original comics. I probably only have like 8 issues of the Avengers, and they're so beat. Here, let me see if I can pull them out. Here's my Avengers issues from when I was a kid, and they're just all tore up. So there's nothing really in there of anything noteworthy, I should say. They're really bad shape. I only had about a dozen issues left from when I was a kid, so I said, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to start putting together, like, try to do the issue, maybe a run of like 150 to issue 250 or something. Because that's a time when I was a kid, and pretty cool stuff. So I picked this up, issue number 155. Just has good action on the cover. And it's just a mid-grade book, but I love the cover on it. Thought it was cool. And then this cover right here, I remember this cover, and it's got Scarlet Witch covered in ants, and it says attacked by the Ant-Man. And they had about four copies of this there. I bought the cheapest one, just kind of not trying to get out of control tonight. And so that's just a really cool cover. It kind of gives you the heebie-jeebies because it just looks so gross. But I was stoked about that. I got that at a good price. And then this is issue 162. And it's just Ultron action cover. I absolutely love this cover. And it's called The Showdown with Ultron. I don't know if you can see it with the glare, but Ultron just looks so awesome in this cover. And next up, this one caught my eye. There was a few copies of this there, and this was probably the middle of the road between the three copies that were there in terms of condition. And it's issue 167, and it's Behold Guardians of the Galaxy. I found that issue to be awesome. Kind of that intergalactic stuff. There's just so many characters on this cover. It's amazing. Next up, I picked up issue 170. And this one, I mean, I didn't even realize that at one point there was the Bride of Ultron. So that was crazy. Cap looks awesome. Iron Man looks cool. So I was happy to get that one. And then next up, Shards of Crystal Doom. It's just an awesome cover. With Ultron and Scarlet Witch. You got all the Avengers down here in these like glass shards. I thought that was a great cover. And then next up, 172. It's a Hawkeye cover. And I caught in my last video, I called Hawkeye, Hawkman. That was kind of silly, but this was cheap. It actually has a little nick out of the top. Just a little thing up there at the top. But other than that, this thing looks really good. Nice picture of Hawkman on the cover. And then I picked up issue 181. And it's one of those, you know, it's got all the heroes around the table, and you got the Black Panther in the middle there. And it says 7 of you will remain as Avengers and the rest of you are out. Just a really cool cover. And then this one here is issue 182, and somehow I threw 2 copies. Must have had one on the top of the stack and one at the bottom of the stack. But it's such a cool cover. I wasn't even pissed when I got home and realized it, that I made that mistake. So I thought that was pretty cool. I love these action covers. Iron Man with just blasting away. Although it's like a cowboy in there. I just noticed that. He's blasting like a cowboy with a 6-shooter. I don't know who that is. Look at Vision. Vision looks awesome. A lot of stuff going on in this one. Hey, this guy what's he got, like a baseball bat? He's got like a club. He's fighting the Avengers with a club. Weird. And then this one here, I love this cover. I saw this one and I picked up both issues that they had. And this is Avengers 185 with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. I think this is just an iconic cover, especially after seeing the movie. I don't know, I just love the way it looks. Issue 185. Next up, I picked up issue 201, and it's the cover with Jarvis on it. And it says, "Stand back, Avengers, this is where Jarvis takes over." I thought that was pretty cool. I never realized that they had Jarvis on the cover. Now I've got issue 221, and I got this obviously because Spider-Man's on the cover. And Wolverine on an Avengers book. And it says, "Who will be the newest member of the Avengers? Pick 2. You got Dazzler, Hawkeye. Rom is on the cover. I thought it was hilarious because Invisible Girl is just a blank square. So Silver Surfer, Spider-Woman, pretty cool. For just a grid of heroes. I don't know why, but I really like that one. And then I picked up issue number 230. I remember this book. I always liked this book. The really high grade copy, and they're standing over Yellow Jacket's empty suit, and it says Yellow Jacket no more. So that's always been a pretty cool looking book. Next up, the last Avengers book I picked up. It's Avengers 238, and I just got it because of the huge Vision on the cover. I'm like the biggest Vision fan right now. So that's pretty cool. And then the last few books I picked up was Wolverine number 17. And I got this just because the cover looks amazing. It wasn't even that much. The condition on this book is immaculate. But I thought it was priced right. And I mean, that cover to me is just top notch. And then I picked up a couple Spider-Man books. I'm going to try to do runs of the black costume. So I picked up Web of Spider-Man number 35. Just a really cool looking book. It almost has like a throwback feel to the Silver Age. And then I picked up number 26, which has that Central Park scene. And I was just in New York, and I loved walking through Central Park with all those buildings around. It was just it has that same feel as you see on this cover. It's really cool. And then last but not least, I picked up the Incredible Hulk issue number 300. And I don't know what it is about this cover, but it is awesome to me. The condition on this one is really nice, and the colors on this cover are just amazing. They're just so bright and they pop. And then you got the Black Spider-Man coming in. So I'm gonna try to get all the issues across any title that it was in to get all the black costume books. So I've set some goals, some Avenger runs, the Daredevil Frank Miller run, Amazing Spider-Man first 100, 200 issues, and then this Black Spider-Man is going to be, issues with the Black Spider-Man on the cover is going to be another goal. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely be back this weekend, like I said, with something like this going on. I'm going to be out there trying to find some good stuff. So, alright guys, I'm out. Peace. Detroit Madman.